Hi, I'm Carter Phillips, the creator of this short film. Take that warning with all seriousness if it at all concerns you, because there are some flashing images towards the end. Now, that specific shot, the first live action shot, I'm really proud of. A signature element of my photography and cinematography style, specifically in grayscale, is blown out windows and white skies. I just like the way that looks. It feels nostalgic. And this is a short film about nostalgia, so it just felt right. There were two jump cuts you just saw. One halfway through the hallway. If you noticed, it was out of focus and then suddenly in focus. That was a jump cut. And then also before the camera passed, right as the camera was passing the pillar. And the tracking shot of the mirror, which at first may seem to be the actual clock, but then is revealed to be the mirror. That was, I did the camera work for that in reverse, and then screen recorded it again in reverse so that I could get the effect I wanted. That shot was not of the door, nor that shot of the door at the end of the hallway, but actually towards the side, just because the angle looked better at the other door. And that's kind of a German expressionist shot, the one with the door opening. Not a very good one, because it's much too grainy. That took a very, very long time. That was just me putting layers and layers of the same footage over two shots, and it didn't even look that good. This was shot, the entire production was shot throughout about 3 months, 2 or 3 months, and it was also edited before I had actually finished shooting all the footage. So sometimes I would shoot a little bit of footage and then I would edit a little bit. That's why the aspect ratio changes so much, and also why there are so many inconsistencies. However, the continuity errors I didn't worry about too much, because this is all supposed to be going on inside someone's head. That's the way I see it, is this person is, as the tagline suggests, lost between the annals of time and space, but really they're stuck between life and death. They're currently unconscious and their heart is slowing. The monologue, it's not much of a monologue. The beginning, the only line of dialogue in the entire film, when he says the clock on the wall stopped working long ago and yet it keeps ticking, that is a metaphor for his heartbeat. And technically he's not alive anymore, but his heart is still beating. Not a very good comparison. Not very good at all. I didn't think that one through that much. Did I already mention that this was shot throughout? I did mention that this was shot throughout a couple days. You may notice that this is a very scattered commentary. This is not the first take, by the way. So it's very unlikely you're not going to hear this, because there's just, the shots are going by so quickly that I feel like there's not enough time for me to explain everything. Maybe if I slowed the movie down, I'd be able to say everything I wanted. That was shot under a bridge. I call that tunnel there flashlight tunnel because of the way it photographs. It looks like a flashlight is shining into the bridge. But obviously that's a signature of my cinematography. I just mentioned that like a couple minutes ago. Now this footage was shot on my phone because I didn't want to bother lugging this stupid iPad over, which is a school device, by the way. I probably shouldn't be making movies on school devices, but you know, who cares. Some of the footage, the beginning footage when the music first plays, was shot on my phone too, and I would email it to myself because I have the same school account on my phone for emailing. I have the same email account on my phone as on school. They're both school accounts on my school device. And I would email myself the footage, but I'd have to break it down 5 seconds at a time, because I couldn't send, I don't think, any footage, no matter what, any longer than 5 seconds. So that beginning footage with when the music starts playing and the editing is synced to the music, that is, by the way, another warning here, look away if you need to. The images will start to flash by frequently with 1/10 of a second. Anyways, the sequence when the music is the first sequence when the music is syncing up to the images, because there are more than one, that was a pain to actually download to this device. And I had to screen record it too, because for some reason I wasn't able to download video files that I had been emailed. I don't know why, so I had to screen record that. First, I sent myself everything in black and white, and the contrast was terrible. So I tried fixing the contrast and it didn't work, so then I had to re-upload it in color. It took hours for me to get it just right. The music you're listening to right now is an audio file from either 2011 or 2014. I can't remember exactly which one, because I was going through audio files from both years that day, which I found on my DS, and it was of me screaming into the microphone. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. And I altered it so that the noise would sound inhuman. And I thought it would be a lovely touch to really unsettle the viewer, David Lynch style. In a way, I think of this work that I did here, I'm really proud of that title card, by the way, whether it be good or bad, to be almost like a mixture of David Lynch's style and Sergio Leone's style, because it's very odd and outlandish, and it has a stylistic black and white cinematography choice, but it also has those long pandering shots in between moments of action that hold the viewer in suspense. Though that one shot of the above shot looking down at the doorknob, it's kind of a wide shot of my hand, that was my take on almost, it was kind of, it wasn't like I was trying to pay tribute or homage anybody, but it was kind of an unconscious way of me replicating one of the space exterior compositions of 2001. And what's interesting is, in 2001, those cool compositions from outer space are wide shots, but for me, that doorknob shot was a close-up. And it also didn't cost really any money for me to film. So that was my commentary track. I hope you got something out of that and learned something. I didn't. And Matthew, if you decided to listen to this, thank you, by the way. Just so I know for sure that you did listen to it indeed, and the entire thing for that matter, because it's almost over. Text me out of context. Harvey is sitting on a four-legged table, those majestic creatures. That way I'll know. And because you know how much I like Harvey, and tables too. And if you're not, Matthew, I'm not explaining this part at the end. You'll just have to figure that out. Bye.